Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dude's Brunch, your late night morning talk show. I'm your host Taylor, and with me this week to talk about what he ate for breakfast, it's Tyler Reed. Tyler, what'd you have, buddy?
Usually you really reach for it, Taylor. I usually try to connect it to the topic that we're doing this week. But this time, you just did plain. And you know what? I appreciate that. Sometimes it's just a good, straightforward opening is great. That being said, I went back to pleasantry again because it was so good. I decided to have it a second time. And so this time, I had the double potatoes again, but I threw on an egg on top of my jalapenos, jowl bacon, and cheese. Had the slice of coffee cake and some Deeper Roots coffee, and it was great. Amazing. Every time.
And you posted a picture of it in the subreddit, and it looks delicious.
That's right. Because I figured, why not? We might as well have some mild food porn in our subreddit.
That's right. Mild food porn, everybody. Safe for work food porn, if you will.
Yeah.
Sean, not safe for work Evans, is here. Sean, what did you have for brunch today?
This morning, we didn't really have any breakfast food, so Sarah and I went to a local coffee shop that we'd never been to before because we just never went over there. It's called Rappahannock Coffee, and they roast their own beans and stuff. And I had the light roast with a blueberry muffin.
You know, I feel like light roast does go best with blueberry muffins, like of the various roasts, you know what I mean? Because I feel like fruit muffins, you have to have a lighter roast coffee, whereas like a chocolate or a cinnamon muffin, you can kind of go for a darker roast coffee.
I'm really proud that I spelled the entire place names correctly and was able to find it online.
How was the muffin?
Delicious. I don't think they made it there, but it was still delicious.
Did you get it toasted? Did they toast it there?
No, I just ate it like a muffin.
Who toasts muffins?
Listen, Coffee Emporium toasts literally everything. You're like, can you toast this dog? I'm like, sure, what else?
I'm questioning the values of Coffee Emporium suddenly. Well, I'm your host, Taylor, and for brunch this morning, I kind of went low-key today. You know, I just wasn't really feeling a big, brunch preparation, so I had some coffee and some Raisin Bran. But this afternoon, when I was more awake, I baked some chocolate walnut banana bread that I am super stoked to have for brunch tomorrow.
You're going to have brunch on a Monday?
Well, I'm actually probably going to, take it to work and eat it between breakfast and lunch as a snack. So I guess that doesn't really count. All right, well, let's dive into a little bit of follow-up here. First item of follow-up. Tyler, we all know that you hate Monopoly. So why did you share with us the new Monopoly pieces?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, what are you talking about, Taylor? What did I do that was follow-up related? Anyway, so I guess Monopoly was doing some polling to see what pieces they wanted to keep. And I was like, okay, sure, it'll probably be something, fairly standard, maybe I don't know, like an iPhone or I don't know what other symbols of wealth in the United States. But no, they went with something a little bit different. And so the reason why I really shared it is if you look at the three new pieces, there's a penguin, a standard-ass penguin. It's a rubber duck, which is a regular-ass rubber duck. And then photorealistic Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'm like,
one of these things is not like the other.
He's like, he has scales. He's got he's like an action figure. He's got movable parts. He's fierce. He's terrifying. And I'm like, I know which piece every kid's gonna want to play. It's gonna be a photorealistic T-Rex. And what does that have to do with real estate?
I mean, I think it's a subtle Godzilla joke, right? He's gonna stomp down all the hotels of your rivals.
Then why did they put Godzilla? Build G-Zilla.
Well, for copyright reasons, obviously.
You could really make, as long as they're Monopoly, I'm sure they have more money than God. I'm sure they can figure it out what they can do to get some licensing in.
They are pretty great at the licensing. In other follow-up news, it's just all Tyler this week, all the way down. You found us a new Binging with Babbish.
I did. I only posted one. I was like, there's been so many. They posted another one after that, too. But no, as someone that's lightly a fan of Bob's Burgers, I thought the Binge with Babbish one was particularly humorous, especially the Baby You Can Chive My Car burger. There you go. I had to recall from the back of my memory the name of that burger.
Man, this just looks so delicious, and I always liked the Baby You Can Chive My Car burger as a pun. but he makes it look like the best burger I would ever eat in my entire life. There's feta in the burger, Tyler.
I mean, it's pretty good.
The burger.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's not his creation. That's Bob.
I know.
He makes the best burgers, right?
He does. Sean, what's your favorite Bob's Burger? Because mine is the baby you can chive my car burger, obviously.
Probably Gene's chickenized burger.
Refresh me, I don't remember that.
When the kids run the restaurant, they're talking about how they're going to change it, and Gene's idea is to put chicken instead of buns on the hamburgers, and you can have your burger chickenized. And it's when they run the underground casino.
So it's basically just a KFC double down.
With a quarter pounder in between it. Yes.
Oh my god.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard.
It's like if you could take a single breaded chicken patty and then put it on a Grand Mac.
And I think we should all take this moment while we're talking about chicken patties as food holders, pour one out for the chicken taco.
Oh yeah.
That it lasted for so little, we didn't even have time to talk about it on this podcast.
Did you get one?
No, I never.
Oh my god. It was like a unicorn, bro. It was a straight unicorn.
You had one too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was just by chance, too. I didn't even mean to go in there. I was like, what is that breaded thing? And I ordered one, and I was like, wow, this is delicious. I don't like ranch dressing, but this makes it complete. Like, I don't know who was like, we should, which, once again, I can talk about this as Taco Bell and fast food correspondent. Taco Bell really broke the mold with the chicken chalupa taco. Yeah, because, like, that was one of the things that they didn't find from the menu. Like they really actually had to make those things from someplace and then bring them over and add them to a store. Like that's a big deal for Taco Bell.
I feel like Taco Bell is really the most innovative fast food chain of the last couple of years. Like, they're just doing all sorts of crazy shit to try and up the fast food game. And I appreciate that.
Not recently, though. Now they have the Double Down Crunch Wrap, which is kind of just Crunch Wrap with another layer.
Yeah, but let's not forget how huge of a success Taco Bell breakfast has been.
Has it been a huge success? I don't actually know the numbers on that.
I mean, I think just in terms of, fast food innovation.
Sure.
The Cinabon cream puffs are, God's
delicious
gift to man.
Mm-hmm.
The Captain Crunch ones were
Yeah, that was a failed first attempt. The Cinabons, they're the perfect form.
Taco Bell, like you said, Taco Bell is a chain of fast food that's known for taking risks. Like, when was the last time that another fast food or fast casual chain took a risk like that? Chorizo. That's it.
And honestly, not a great risk on Chipotle's part. You would have thought it was a slam dunk. It just didn't really work.
I really like the chorizo, actually.
Well, you can just get out.
What? All right, that's fine. But it's funny. They actually talked about the God. There's a stupid fucking segment on My Brother and Me where they take it from the experts. These different food items, and so they did the chicken taco, and then in their press release, Taco Bell was like, we haven't had a slam dunk since the Doritos Locos taco, and so you're like, oh shit, that was forever ago, and you're like, they haven't really had a real big splash. I mean, they did breakfast, but then what was other than that? I think it was the Doritos Locos tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Pre-ordering a taco, they're pushing the envelope here. Taco Bell has never been afraid of trying something crazy, but considering Burger King just hey guys, we got that fish sandwich back.
Well, doesn't the same company that owns KFC own Taco Bell, and isn't it owned by Pepsi?
Yeah, they're the same company. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I feel like the last time that I saw something that was really wow was the KFC chickener thing.
Oh, the double down, the
double
chicken,
down. That was the last time.
The chicken on chicken sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, that I saw something that I was like, wow, that's actually just kind of an out there idea. Not I don't know. I feel like Carl's Jr. consistently makes
fast food,
and I'm like, oh, that cowboy burger sure looks good. But the double down, I was like, what? And then when I saw the chicken taco, I had that same guttural what sensation. Just give it to me. I don't care how much it costs. Just give it to me.
I need to know. for
I know that it won't be
science.
expensive because it's here, but like, I mean, it kind of stinks. I wish that you guys would have tried it so we could talk about it more instead of me just being like,
Me too.
Well, I hope it
Crap.
comes back.
When you rip a product like that, it's not coming back. But
That's true.
unlike chicken fries, which they did bring back,
Mhm.
and when the world is all very happy. I think as a final goof, I would just like to think that, all these companies are trying new stuff. But I think what they really need to experiment is something more primitive. What if Burger King in every restaurant, they just had like a fire pit and like a spit, and you could just like just cook like the meat on the stick?
Well, I know that there are like some steakhouses that you can do that. You can like go in and like pick your steak, and then they have like big grills laid out, and then you can like grill your own steak.
Yeah, like some hibachi stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I go to the restaurant for someone else to cook me food. I don't pay them for me to cook food.
That's a good point. I don't want to mess it up.
Right.
That's
But
why I
you get
came here.
you get their signature sauces and meats and cheeses, the spices, pure delicious blends.
Or I could just run around the corner to Cookout and get a 99-cent hot dog in 2 minutes and be the fuck on out of there.
I was just about to say that's one thing that I never quite understood was fast food restaurants that serve hot dogs. Like I've been to one, but I'm just not like.
Well, it's more like an add-on item than it is
The whole
like
idea
a
of,
main
like-
course, right? It's like you go for a milkshake
but I
and
mean,
then a hot
like-
dog's 99 cents and you're like, yeah, okay, I will also eat a hot dog right now.
But the idea that you would go to a restaurant and get a hot dog.
Well, no, you don't go specifically for the hot dog. It just happens to be there.
I'm not critiquing what side orders you get at Cookout. What I'm saying is that to the places that only serve hot dogs, and that's not like a cart in Chicago or at the baseball stadium, like the sport ball arena, why would you just go get a hot dog?
Why don't you go to your local Kroger or associated chain grocery store, pick up the Oscar Mayer wieners and throw them on that grill?
Because sometimes you want a chili dog, and then that's a totally different story.
That's not the same thing, though.
That's fair.
You
That's
get your
not the
Skyline
same thing.
chili.
No.
You get your liquid diarrhea.
Yeah, I'm
throw it on that bun.
I did not say that. Skyline, please send me all your chili. I did not insult your brand.
Let's move on to some more fast casual related follow-up before Tyler digs his own grave. Sean found the new unofficial shirt of Dudes Brunch this week.
Oh yeah, so I was listening to some music and I was looking at band shirts and I saw a shirt by a band called Wage War, and they're like a metalcore band. And so on the front it has their little logo, and on the back it says, "Why is guac extra?" ?
I just want to buy this shirt and only ever wear it to Chipotle. Nowhere else. Like, I will just like keep it in my car and change into it before I go into Chipotle to get my burrito, and then stare the people down accusingly as I order guac.
Yeah, but then you gotta look like an idiot where you gotta turn the shirt around to the front.
No, that's the best part. When I walk away from the register after I've paid my 49 cents, then they see it. And they're like, oh,
Then they're like,
shit.
"Joke's on you because
Why
you
is
just paid all
guac
that money for
extra?"
guac, dumbass."
Maybe I got a veggie burrito where guac comes free.
Maybe if you want to teach them a lesson, just bring your own guac, and then as soon as they go to put it on there, just be like, no, and then just hand them the guac that you brought.
You can't put stuff over the glass, John.
I didn't say put it over the glass.
Then you know what I would do? I would get a bowl, and I would stand there while they're swiping my card at the register and scoop the guac out onto my bowl in front of them.
That's what I mean. I'm not paying extra for that shit. That's essentially bringing your own bag to the store, to like a retail establishment, and being like, I don't need a bag. I have my own bag.
Hey, that saves the environment, though.
That or you're shoplifting, one of the two.
Most likely.
I feel like that should be your middle name. Sean, I'm not paying for that shit, Evans.
That's not true. I don't say that at all.
Sean
I don't have a beef with Chipotle not charging extra for guac because I don't like it on my burritos.
What kind of sacrilege is this?
So nobody could see you guys making that look. But just so everyone knows, I just got two head cocking glares at me like immediately as soon as I said that.
I mean, I don't get guac on my burrito.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want it on there because if I did, they'd never be able to wrap it up, and I hate making them get two wrappers. Like,
Get all gooey. Come on.
That's like the chotch move.
I mean, I just like guac.
I mean, I like guac too.
I like guac too.
Then why
But
don't
to
you
be
get on
fair,
burritos?
now listen, we don't need to talk about price structure or anything, but fuck it. Like, Chipotle's guacamole is one of the best guacamoles I've ever had, and everyone else can suck a nut. They're like, yeah, of course your guac's free because it's terrible. It's bad.
Listen, if you want the quality, just pay up.
Yeah, like a pony up an extra $1. If you're going broke, you can't pay your rent because you can't pay like a sub $2 extra for guacamole.
That's 49 cents.
Get out of this establishment. Make better choices.
That being said, this is a very funny shirt, and probably just a really cheap way for them to sell shirts.
That's what I mean. It's only $15 too.
Brilliant tactic.
Brilliant
A plus.
tactic.
Their music probably isn't very good, but we don't need to talk about
Yeah,
it.
I've never even listened to them. Would still buy this shirt.
But to be fair, if their name is Wage War, which is I'm sure is a multi-level statement that I'm sure they're trying to make, so Chipotle's too expensive.
Sure, it's like some inside joke or something.
Speaking of multi-level jokes, Sean wants to convince us that we need to go see a movie, which is very uncharacteristic of him, and so I'm intrigued already. Sean, what's going on here, buddy?
Well, it's not that I want to convince you to go see a movie. It's that this is going to be a 2-part episode about Get Out, where we start this week, where we talk about it, and then next week we actually talk about the movie once you guys have seen it. So a little bit about the movie. As I said before, it's called Get Out. It's been out for a few weeks now. It is, I'm going to read what IMDb has to say. So its summary is, a young African-American man visits a Caucasian girlfriend's mysterious family estate. That is the one-sentence summary of the movie. And to put that into perspective, it is a horror/thriller mystery/comedy. That was written by Jordan Peele of the Key and Peele Show. We went and saw it this weekend. It was good. It was really good. There's a lot to think about when you watch it. I won't try to give any spoilers this week because I know that you guys are gonna go see it, and I kind of want you to like
Going blind.
Right. I think you've probably heard enough to have an idea. Like, I read about it before I went, and I was still like, whoa, hold on, wait a second, wait.
I'm mostly concerned about how it's going to end up being how a horror thriller mystery comedy. That last one seems to be.
You kind of have to like go into it with an open mind because there are still lots of jokes, and like Jordan Peele writes it in a way that's like he knows how to break the tension with humor, and I think that's what makes it pretty good. Like in terms of like the tone that it sets, because it's definitely a movie that creates dialogue. That's for sure. Like, if you're going to go see this with somebody, definitely go see it and then go have dinner or something. Because, like, there's a lot to talk about. And it definitely, like, this is probably my number one movie that I've ever seen where I heard strangers talking to each other leaving the theater.
I mean, that's pretty powerful. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
like
the last movie I saw where strangers were talking to each other outside of the movie was Cloverfield. On opening night.
But that's what I mean. I think this wasn't opening night. Like, it's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it creates dialogues. So I'll leave it at that because I think that's a good place to start it. So first, what I wanted to do is we'll do a live reaction of the trailer, which I'm going to post in Slack real quick.
And of course, there'll be a link to the trailer in the show notes if people want to watch it.
So yeah, now that you guys have seen the trailer. What are you thinking?
I cannot believe that you are the one who saw this movie first. I don't know who I thought it was going to be out of the three of us.
It wasn't going to be me.
I guess maybe I thought it was going to be me, but I definitely... I don't know. I just can't imagine you and Sarah going to see this before I ended up seeing it.
Yeah.
It's hard to want to say anything because there's a lot there.
I guess the first thing that I didn't realize is I didn't realize that neither Key nor Peele actually act in this movie. I thought one of them was on screen, but I guess not.
Nope.
That makes it interesting.
Was there, I don't know, because I mean, you guys know that it's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's called a horror movie, but I would put it way more towards like thriller. Not to spoil or anything, but there's not like blood. There's not like
sure
in terms of like like a horror movie where there's like decapitation and all kinds of stuff. There's nothing that's like that. Like there is a little bit of blood at some points, but it's not like,
it's not gore.
Right. And yeah, exactly. There's at no point is there gore. It's a thriller though, so like be ready for that. Like there was a point in the movie where I was like sweating it. I was like, "Woo." I was like totally engulfed in the film. I was like, wow. The suspense is there. And they're good at Jordan Peele is good at making it. But like, I don't know. I kind of just want to see if there was some good, what you guys are thinking. But I don't know. Like I said, the trailer doesn't really give away that much.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the trailer and its ability to set the tone without giving away the plot very much, which is not something you see in a lot of trailers anymore, even horror trailers. Mm-hmm. They seem to really want to handhold through the plot, and you don't get that here.
Right.
You definitely...
It doesn't give away the plot at all.
You definitely do get a bit of the, I don't know, like, I can already see that there's going to be some dialogue about, like, exploitation tropes in film going on here, and that's really apparent in the trailer. And so that's intriguing to me, because that's not something you see in a major, like, big budget release like this.
That's a good point. So what you just said about this being this film was entirely made on $5 million.
Really?
This whole movie was made on $5 million. And as of Friday, it had grossed a little under $134 million.
Holy cow. I mean, I know horror movies are cheap, but still, I'm amazed. This movie looks great, first of all, for being shot on $5 million. I mean, I haven't seen the whole thing, but the trailer looks incredible in terms of like the cinematography and the effects. And
two things to think about as well. This movie production started in February 2016.
Wow, so it was made in less than 12 months for $5 million, and it's grossed 130. Yeah. Whew. That's intense. Mm-hmm. That's like a runaway success.
Yeah. So I think like these are questions that we were talking about after we watched the movie, about like what was going on. But yeah, it was okay. Okay, so that I think that's good. I think that's what I needed to see. So right now I'm going to show you we're talking about some internet things, like how the internet has kind of reacted to this movie a little bit. So hold on, let me pull up. So there have been two things that have primarily been out on social media you guys have probably seen. The first one is the Get Out memes, which we can talk about first, and then we'll talk about the Get Out challenge.
Get Out challenge.
So I just posted the links to the memes, and I heard this morning when we were at breakfast that people think that Kanye and Ben Carson are Get Out, that their lives would be Get Out like stories. But kind of going through these memes, like what do you think? Like what's going on? Like you might not understand it, but like what does it make you think of? God, he's terrible.
Yeah, so the memes are just like basically recasting Get Out with various different people. So it's like Kanye with all of the Kardashians. And then it says Get Out 2017. Or it's like a picture of Ben Carson shaking hands with Donald Trump and it says Get Out. Like it's basically just any situation where there's like a black person or two black people and then a whole bunch of white people. Right? Is that like the joke of the meme? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, before you see the movie, yeah, that's pretty much like if you've seen the trailer, you can kind of get these memes that it's like
right.
Like race is definitely one of the huge topics of what this movie has to talk about. So I don't know. Did you guys see any of these memes this week anywhere of this particular one of Get Out 2017 memes?
I feel like I have, but I don't think I necessarily understood what was going on.
This is so good. I finally know about a meme before you guys know it. This is like such a good feeling.
I have never seen this meme before.
You haven't seen it before?
Not even once. I've seen people talking about this movie, but I haven't seen any of these memes.
Okay.
But I mean, it's totally good. Like it's good in that it's funny. It's a funny thing. But
right.
I would rank this a fresh meme.
Right.
Would you give it fresh?
I would give it a fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to be fair, when it started by the person who made the movie,
Exactly. That's why I'm giving it a fresh and not a dank.
That's right. I forgot our reverse freshness system. I thought you were using the anti-Fantana system.
Every time we have to rank a meme, you do this.
I know, you're right. It's the system that I created, and I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. It's just that the meme review has ruined it. He's set up a different standard.
What in meme gradation? What else do you have for us, Sean?
So on that, I want to show you the Get Out challenge, which you guys saw the clip in the trailer. So this will be a little bit easier to understand, because this is actually like, I haven't tried to do it, but I've watched a lot of people fail at doing this. So basically, it's like you come around the corner and you're like coming in hot, and you go to make this quick turn, but it's just the like, you saw the clip, so it's the guy running with like straight arms, just sprinting.
So the meme is just that you run really fast with straight arms around corners?
Yeah, but it's like people running straight at you, like straight at the person holding the camera, and then they like just buzz off to the side.
That guy's going.
Okay.
Did you guys see any of these this week?
No.
No?
Does this count as a meme?
Kind of. If it's on, what part of the internet is this on? I mean, it's probably on Twitter. It's probably on Instagram. It's probably just not the circles that we're in. I mean, come on, Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like these are all Twitter videos, but I'm just like...
See, Tyler...
Oh my gosh, this dude just beefed it in this Walmart, and it's the best one.
Tyler just made a really good point that I think once you see the movie, you'll kind of think about that. Like, remember this question, like, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it on my social media.
Are you sure, or did you not didn't notice it, like, because you weren't sure what it is?
Well, you might not have. Well, you might be both. You might not have noticed it. You might not have seen it.
Ooh.
Like, it's not like these are like a lot of these were made at the beginning of March.
That's probably why too.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's not like they haven't had time to move around the internet. But to be honest, I didn't start seeing these until about last week, if that kind of goes to show anything, which would be the week of the 12th of March. So it's still been about a week since they even come up with my post, which might say something about the dialogues that I have too, or the dialogues that I'm not having maybe. So let's just leave it at that. So we'll have so much to talk about next week. It's going to be great. It's going to be such a good episode. I can't wait.
So that being said, what sort of questions do you want us to like sort of like be thinking about, like kind of like as we're watching the movie? Like, what are some things to think about?
Well, I think first what you should think about is maybe, I mean, I shouldn't say this, like, because I'm definitely not the expert on this, like looking at like black cinema. I think I've heard a lot of people say like this is the first like black horror movie, which I didn't even know was a thing. Just put it out there to say, like, check myself. Like, I really didn't know that there wasn't a thing, or there was, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I don't think any of us are particularly horror movie people in the first place.
Right. And like, I know that I know that there's like black cinema, but I didn't know that it was like not a black horror movie cinema, or at least not that was like commercially available. So I think that's one thing that might help a little bit more in like having a good conversation about this movie. I kind of don't want to say much because I think you kind of have to watch it. Like, it is like Jordan Peele did such a good job in writing this movie. I think that's kind of enough said. Like, go see it with as many people as you can, because like everyone's going to get a different. I went and saw it with three other people, and all of us got different points from it. Like, all of us took away different things.
Yeah, I think there's something valuable about going into a movie knowing as little about it as possible, because it allows you to have a more honest reaction to it afterwards. And so, like, having watched this trailer now, I'm not going to read any reviews or anything before I see this, because I really just want to, like, know what it is based on my understanding of it.
If this was, like, if we didn't have to make a podcast that was, like, interesting, that we had to, like, sell to viewers, I would probably just spoil it if you guys didn't mind, because I think that it's good. Like, it's worth spoiling. It is. Like, and you'll see it next week when we talk about it. It is almost worth spoiling, because, like, when you have to do like talking about memes and stuff, like this will kind of seem like a bum podcast unless you've seen the movie, because nobody really knows what we're talking about. But next week when we come back to this, when we return to this, like, it'll be so much more interesting. Like, you'll get the jokes, like you'll get the memes. It won't just be like a hashtag challenge. You'll understand like the whole context of the challenge. Like, you'll understand the context of the memes.
So what you're saying is we're basically assigning Get Out as homework for the next episode.
Yeah. If you want,
if you're listening to us now, if you've made it this far in, you should go see Get Out if you plan on listening to the next episode.
Yeah.
And we'll put like timestamps in the next episode so that if you want to skip over the section on Get Out because you haven't seen it yet, you'll be able to do that and you can skip ahead to internet garbage. But just know that next episode is going to be entirely about this movie, and so you should probably see it before you listen to the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll make a post on r/Dude Brunch letting everyone know that they should go see Get Out before the second episode airs, which is 2 weeks away.
Good deal.
So because we had kind of a short one already, this week I want to talk about the fateful week that was this past week of March, which would be, what was Monday? The 12th? Yeah, it was the 12th.
So you're referring to the week of March 12th through the 19th, which is when we're currently recording.
Right, currently, yes. Because this week had 3 important days in it. It had Pi Day, Austin 316, and St. Patrick's Day, all in less than a 5-day span.
Oh, what has this podcast become?
This is oh my God.
I forgot about.
That's what I mean. This is so important that
Is it?
It is very important.
Listen,
the internet was freaking out about this week.
I've put us through stupider bullshit before, so I don't think we need to give Sean any crap for doing something like this, okay?
This week on the Sean Show, there were a bunch of dates.
Hey. But there's a bunch of like really kind of tiny out there dates, all right? So like if you're a math teacher, this week has a very important date, which was Pi Day, which I'm sure that you probably celebrated in math class when you were in school. Don't do your wide-eyed thing either, Taylor, that you do with, you're like, don't do that.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. We did celebrate Pi Day in school.
Do you have any good Pi Day memories? Probably not.
No, I can't say I do.
You never had like brought in around food on Pi Day and shared it with the class or anything like that?
I don't think so.
See, this is why he doesn't care.
I mean, I'm sure we did. If we did, I just don't remember it.
I mean, you were in the IB program. You literally could just, that's your thing, isn't it? That's like...
Well, I didn't really take a whole lot of math classes. Like, I took the bare minimum amount of math that it required to graduate, so...
Yeah, that makes sense. International baccalaureate, I do the bare minimum of crap.
No, I just did all the other stuff. I did history and art and English and like other things other than math. Because I'm really.
I just meant that you're all like taped up glasses nerds and you celebrate that sort of
thing. He's got a whole box of pocket protectors someplace in his house that he doesn't look at anymore.
You're the fucking worst.
He like opens up the closet. There's like a box of them in there of all the.
Well, what did you nerds do for Pi Day?
Literally nothing.
We always had circular foods that we shared in math class. That was a thing.
Did you have circular foods this Pi Day?
Yeah, I probably did. Probably had like a veggie burger or something. That was round. I had pizza tonight. That's round. See, pies are all around us, and this is why I don't understand why you just get all on your high horse about like, I'm not gonna celebrate Pi Day, and that's really how you sound when you're up on your high horse talking about Pi Day.
Today isn't Pi Day though. You say you had pizza tonight. Tonight's not Pi Day. Tonight's March 19th.
I don't remember what I ate on Pi Day.
Well, then why are we even talking? Oh my god.
Then why do you gotta hate so much, man? Just let it go. Let's move on to Austin 316 Day, because we talked about wrestling on this show before too. Did you guys do anything to celebrate Austin 316, or do you have a fond memory that you have about professional wrestling?
Man, there were lots of dank memes on Austin 316.
Thank you. Not a bad topic. You're welcome.
You know, I'm gonna resurrect this zombie topic here. We got some great ones. We got, For God So Loved the World that he gave us Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He did.
On Austin 316 Day. Always a good time.
I wonder if Cold Stone gives out like free ice cream on Stone Cold Steve Austin 316.
I was there on Thursday.
No, nothing.
No.
I
Do you
call
think they give
horse
him-
shit.
Do you think they give him free ice cream on 316? Like, you think if he came into your establishment on your Cold Stone?
I mean, if Stone Cold Steve Austin walked into literally any business of mine that I worked at, I'd be like, yeah, you can have whatever you want. Don't kill me, please.
You can burn this place to the ground, and I will even be mad.
It turns
Well,
out that he actually runs like a shelter for old cats.
Perfect.
What do you think Steve Austin did on Steve Austin Day, though?
Oh, I hope he went nuts. I hope that I don't know. I either hope that he went nuts and like had a great time, or that he just like had a nice day to himself. You know, like he like stayed inside.
He's
or
like
maybe
so
on
sick of
Discord
this
and,
day
like,
now that he like
read a
just
book.
stays inside.
No. It's like his day. It's his day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what if he's so tired of people coming up to him on the street and being like, "It's Stone Cold Steve Austin Day," that he's just like, "I'm gonna stay inside and watch Netflix all day
That's
because
fine.
I don't want to deal with these people."
That's how Santa feels on
The day after
You know,
Christmas.
right, December 25th. He doesn't want to go out because everyone's coming up to him like, "Oh, Santa, how's your day? Go on, Santa." Like, he probably is really mad.
Santa, my G.I. Joe, bro. What's your return policy?
Right.
So my
All right, you
question then.
disappointed me another year. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's gotta suck.
So if you put milk and cookies out for Santa, what do you put out on Stone Cold Steve Austin Day, Eve?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I'm gonna go
Nice.
with light beer and Slim Jims.
Natty Light.
Yes. Natty Lights and Slim Jims.
What does Stone Cold Steve Austin bring to you, though? And what does he put it under?
I think what happens is if you put out your Slim Jims and Natty Lights, you don't get a royal ass whooping.
So lock the doors and hit the floors, cause Stone Cold comes tonight. No, I'm sure he's like a sweet guy.
And
then Friday was St. Patrick's Day.
you know, I almost went to an Irish pub to get fish and chips on Friday because I forgot that it was St. Patrick's Day. And then I remembered what day it was, and I was like, "Aw, fuck no." And that was the extent of my St. Patrick's Day.
Did you do anything St. Patrick-y on St. Patrick's Day?
I think I went to work, and then I came home, and I think I played video games.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
was. Oh God. Fuck. I don't know. I probably if I was more in the spirit of the holiday, I probably would have and I was like within driving distance. Not driving distance, but walking distance. I probably would have done like a car bomb or something. That would have been about it. walk the fuck back home. Like, I'm done. Because those are kind of fun. They're very. They taste chocolatey, milk chocolatey a little bit. Because that good and the bad.
I do love me some car bombs.
Mhm.
What did
Do
you
you
do, Sean?
guys-
Did you do anything for St. Patrick's?
I closed, so no, I came home and had a Guinness.
Nice.
And Sarah made bangers and mash. We had planned to have a nice celebration that night, but I ended up having to work to have the whole weekend off. So when I came home, a banger and a half and some mash and a Guinness.
But isn't that really the most festive thing? Coming in from work late, barely speaking to your significant other, drinking a Guinness, and then going straight to bed.
I think that's probably, if we were going to stereotype Irish people, which you always do on holidays, that's probably I think that's probably in the best spirit. Like, go out, work really hard, come back, have a hearty meal of meat and potatoes, and a beverage, and then go to bed.
I mean, I don't know if that's stereotyping as much as just like Irish people can also be responsible adults.
Because we have to stereotype too. What's your favorite Irish beverage? What did you want to drink on St. Patrick's Day, even if you didn't?
Well,
chosen.
maybe I'm not like I don't think I have a favorite, but I feel like I should look for a favorite. And so that being said, I've been in a really anti beer position. I've been very much I've been mixed drinks, liquor, straight liquor, unfortunately. There's Jameson, right? There's that.
Yeah. Do you like Jameson?
It's good enough. I mean, is there do the Irish have a good mixed drink that they do? Let's see.
Jameson.
And Jameson.
Yes, it's called Jameson and Jameson. I do really like me an Irish car bomb or just straight Jameson. I think both are fine. If I had to pick.
Oh, I should have had an Irish coffee. Now that probably would have been.
Yeah. Also a good choice.
Yes.
What about you, Sean?
Well, this year I had Guinness. Sarah also got Great Lakes. So was it Irish? The Irish ale from the Great Lakes makes.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember what that's called, but I really like those.
So that's what we had. We don't really have any liquor or beer people.
All right, so our internet garbage this week was submitted by a listener to r/dudesbrunch, the best way to get us to talk about anything on this podcast. It's a YouTube video called Cool Cool Bonfire, and we're all going to watch it right now.
So is this like a real...
So maybe then we should... I mean, are you familiar with the Childish Gambino song?
But that's a real Childish Gambino song laid over the Mario track, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So this video is 25 seconds long, and it is the music from a level of Super Mario 64. Tyler, can you help me out? Which level is this?
Let's see. Super Mario. I believe. No, it's Super Mario 64.
It's the ice level.
No. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the ice level on like the first floor of the castle. You know, the one with the penguin.
Yeah, it's called Cool Cool Mountain.
Cool Cool Mountain. Yeah, and so this is the Cool Cool Mountain music with the vocals from Childish Gambino's Bonfire over top of it. And it's called Cool Cool Bonfire. And it's just 25 seconds of that, and it sounds utterly ridiculous.
I thought it was a fun mashup. I don't know where the two ideas came together, but I think that I am in support of anything that kind of throws two weird and wacky ideas together, much like mouth moods, mouth sounds from a few episodes back. And it's a perfect length, 25 seconds to listen. I know I can't even get tired of that in the time that it takes to listen to it. So I think it stayed just long enough.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect meme length there at 25 seconds. It's like, oh, this is funny, and then it's over.
I don't really listen to Childish Gambino, and I'm not a big fan of Mario, so somebody did a mashup. That's pretty much what it means to me. Somebody did a mashup, and I don't really have any strong feelings either way.
That was kind of what I was afraid you were going to say, and I feel like that's the one problem that this meme suffers from, or this piece of internet garbage, I guess, suffers from, is that it's not, like, universally recognizable. If you don't know this music from having played Super Mario 64, and you're not a Childish Gambino fan, this isn't going to be that funny for you. You know, it's a really great niche reference, which I appreciate, but I do kind of worry about the overall, like, memeability of this video.
Sure, but I mean, I think that happens with any mashup. I think it's anything that takes two separate sort of cultures and kind of smashes them together.
But as we learned from a couple weeks ago with the Magic iPod, you can do that without, like, you can do that and still be accessible to a mass audience, right? Because you can put, you know, Miss New Booty and All-Star together, and those are like two things that are recognizable enough that most people are going to get the joke. I feel like a significantly smaller population is going to get this joke. And maybe that's fine. That would explain why it has less than 5,000 views, though.
That's true, but it seems like it... I'm curious as to where this came from. Is really the origin.
Well, this YouTube user, CooDog, his bio is the cooest dog in town. He has 1 subscriber and 2 other videos. The other video is Assassin's Creed 2016 movie leaked footage. And it has copyrighted content in it, so you can't even watch it. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you're an entry-level memer, CooDog, if you out there...
keep trying.
Yeah, well done. A great first attempt. If this is your first real meme video, I think you're on to something. You just gotta, you know, let it play out a little bit more. Maybe make some more mashups with Mario music, with some dirtier, raunchier rap songs that everybody knows.
Yeah.
I think there's some potential in that.
Go down, like, the really deep part of the internet. Like, make some, like, really deep memes about, like, the new healthcare act or something that the Republicans are trying to pass. Like, then send that to me and I will get it and I'll make them talk about it on here and they'll have no idea and I'll defend you. I'll be like, you know what? That was a good meme. That was a great meme.
Well, I think the other option here is to, like, you could go in a completely different direction and use, like, video from the games to, like, make it look like Mario's rapping. Or, like, I kind of want to see, like, a rap, like, some kind of, like...
doesn't want to hear about your meme wish list. He just wants to hear you give some helpful advice. Dear God.
Well, I think there's something here though. I think there's something with this like Super Mario 64 meme thing because it's ripe for nostalgia memes right now. So I don't know, maybe some classic like Mario's a fuckboy memes. Like how can we make Mario look the most like a fuckboy as possible?
See, that's what I mean. Here comes Taylor. He's got a whole list of like.
I mean, we're talking about fucking Super Mario and Childish Gambino, two of the most popular currently running acts in our modern history.
I don't know if that's true.
Those things are a niche in any way, I think is frankly uninformed and insulting to our internet culture.
Whatever, Tyler.
Want a garbage? We'll give you garbage.
Sean didn't know or care about either of these things, so.
I mean, I'm just.
If Sean doesn't know or care, it's at least a little bit niche.
Not that I don't care. I just didn't know.
He just didn't know.
He just didn't know.
Sorry. Shawnee doesn't know that Gambino when he made it on the Super Mario. He was on the net, but apparently not here because he doesn't know. Yeah, Shawnee doesn't know.
If anything, I think this podcast has improved Sean's ability to do improv, especially with. And I think that's a net plus. I think for us.
Should we watch this other video or should we save it for next week?
Which one is it?
The U.S. currency one that you posted?
It's not a video.
That's just a thing.
A singular image.
Oh, really?
It's just a funny thing that I found.
Oh, okay. Well, then why don't you do an intro for us?
There's literally nothing intro. It's a stupid picture of a bunch of dimes and various objects.
Oh, wow. That is pretty dumb. Yeah, no. We don't need to talk about that.
No, we should talk about it. I can talk about this.
You didn't click on it?
I clicked on it. Give an intro, Tyler.
Taylor didn't click on it. All right, great. Well, we're doing it. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Brunch. This is my very special shitpost episode where we're talking about the hit coins of 2017. This is coming straight from the mouth of Mushbuh on Twitter. Thanks, buddy. You make great content. And so the U.S. government has released these new coins, such as Spurp, 45 cents, Penny Plus, worth 2 cents, Nickel, which is a blue cube, it's this now, and then triple question marks, sorry, and it's some sort of stick object, and then Tiny Dime, which is worth 250 cents.
This is a Rick and Morty joke, just for the record.
This is a Rick and Morty joke.
This is like, well, it's not like directly like a reference to Rick and Morty, but this is like something that like absurdity that would get on Rick and Morty. Like they would be like, no, Morty, it's a SERP. It's worth like 45 US cents or something. Like this is like it's.
Yeah, it's like Morty tries to buy a gumball and the machine only accepts spurts. Yeah, this is 100% a Rick and Morty joke. Everything about this image is ridiculous. Like, it's all in... God, what font even is this, Tyler? It's, like, not quite Arial.
Listen, we don't need to fucking talk about the typeface.
Like, well, my point is that, like, the typeface is a little bit ridiculous. It's on this weird seafoam green background. And, like, the spurp just has, like... the colon parentheses smiley face on it, and the Penny Plus is just like a washer that you would like put on a bolt. Like, yeah, this is utterly ridiculous.
I mean, I'm excited. I don't know how vending machines are going to deal with this kind of stuff, but the idea that you can carry around 250 on the size of a button is a pretty interesting concept, you know?
I think you just kind of have like a pull-out drawer almost, and you just kind of just throw in the objects, and then you close it. And then it kind of goes, and then you get your thing.
Yeah,
it jumbles them up.
Now, are these like the actual size of the coins? Or are they going to be like, coins? Yeah, these like the actual size, or it's going to be like.
I mean, that's got to be the real size, right?
Okay.
I mean, why not?
And I'm kind of curious how much a triple question is worth.
I mean, they kind of just look like cigarette butts, so I wonder if they're like joke currency.
Mm.
It's a stun baton, you plebes.
I was thinking like a high jump bar, but
Yeah,
it's all
there you go.
Or like a double filtered cigarette where it like starts at the front, goes through the filter, goes through another cigarette, and then goes through another filter. Double smooth.
Quadruple the pleasure, of course.
All I've gathered from this is that weird Twitter is alive and well.
Thank God.
We need all the weirdness we can get.
How'd you end up following this person, Tyler?
It was a retweet from someone else. I don't actually remember who it was, but to be fair, I think among like especially the art community on Twitter, they really like to really just kind of do like art shit posts, and that's kind of like the best thing is that you kind of get just kind of shitty jokes all the time.
Yeah, these are some real shitty jokes. You're right about that.
It's a nice little giggle mate on your scroll on your feed.
I like this one that just says, "I hate Bandicoot Kazooie."
I think that's a quality thing that people said.
Quality shit post.
Mm-hmm. Did you scroll down on that one where it's like, which one is this? And it's a picture of
the Transformer box, yeah.
The Transformer, it's like Transformers. Like, is that just like a generic name for misfit Legos or something? Transformers.
What the hell are you guys looking at? I don't know what you're seeing.
We're scrolling down the feed.
This is hilarious too.
Of this guy, of this artist.
Where it's just it's just like a whole cup and it's just full of ketchup on the inside with straw.
Enjoying a nice soda. he's a zesty sauce pack inside of a cup.
Well, following this
is hilarious. Like having a Twitter like this would be like having your own meme economy where you're like the master of memes and like no one else knows about your memes.
Your niche artisan memes.
Yeah.
Handcrafted in Portland. All right, kids, it's time to round this show out like we always do with some shameless plugs. Tyler, where can the people find you?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z. You can find my work at tylerdreed.com. You can also find me on socials as TRDesign on Instagram and Twitter.
Lukewarm Sean Evans, where can the people find you, brother?
Well, first of all, I just want to take a second to step upon my high horse and say Alex Trebek was wrong, dealing out Thomas Hurley a wrong answer for his Jeopardy question. It was rude. You shouldn't critique somebody on their spelling. If they have the right answer, they have the right answer. Alex, thank you.
He's a guy that literally knows nothing.
Yeah, all he does is read cue cards.
So, just putting that one out there.
Also, a brief aside in the middle of Shameless Plugs. Reply All was a clue on Jeopardy last week, and I feel like we have a new goal that we'll never reach as a podcast. That's how you know you've made it, when you're a clue on Jeopardy.
But somebody was a real sneaky motherfucker in there. They're like, they'll never understand this obscure reference.
Sean, where can the people find you?
They can find me on Twitter at sevans8910. That's SEVANS 8910. And as a mod on our Dudes Brunch Reddit.
That's right. Subscribe or die.
Get on there. You get on there.
Whoa. Oh, shit.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at TC Olmstead, and you can like the show on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And, of course, if you really like us, you can leave an iTunes review. Don't forget to go see Get Out before our next episode. Otherwise, you're going to be thoroughly confused. And we will see you next week for more brunch.
Just like living in the living room.
Living in the living room.
Understands that reference.
I live to create moments on this show. If I can just have one, like, little bit. That's all I want. Little bits. Gotcha. Little bits. Look at this little tiny cheeseburger. This little fried egg. This tiny pizza. This is little bits.
Little bits.
Oh, Tyler, you need to watch Rick and Morty.